Master Peter Brusso, and this is lecture number 8 on my infographic, and it's about location-based self-defense. So what the heck is location-based self-defense? Well, back when I talked and did a video on home invasion or anti-home invasion, you have an advantage. You know where you're going to be attacked, so you can deal with it appropriately in layers, and we'll talk about that later another time. But so in your self-defense plan, you've got to think about where you go from your home to your office to the gym to having drinks to back home again. Consider that a playlist. And you need to have your self-defense figured out at each one of those particular locations in that playlist. That's a location-based self-defense, and it changes. For example, if you're at the gym, you might be able to call for help. Person at the front desk, 911, cops around the corner, you're done. Done deal. What would you use to fend off a crazy guy or a person in that situation? You probably would be looking for paying compliance, not causing lots of injury. However, if they're trying to rape you or whatever, then it's time to go after injury. Might even be able to hear the train. I don't know. But so at each location, it's different. And you need to plan for those location-based places, going from parking your car, going to the bar, going from the bar back to your car, going from your car to a restaurant, back from the restaurant to there. You need to think it out. And by the way, ninjas use blinding powder, if you don't know that, but and what it's made of. This is a secret mostly. But when you're at a restaurant, mind you, if somebody comes in, you have pepper and you have salt, and you might even have Tabasco sauce or something like that to put into your hand. And if you came to hurt you, boom, right in their eyes. And what it does, it kicks right on their eyes. They blink. The sugar, or the salt in this case, scratches the cornea, and in goes the black pepper. Yeah, it's a good thing. So you want to think about these types of things when you're in locations. I don't want to make you fearful of everything. That's not the point. The point is that if we develop it and then you have to use it, you've thought about it, and you're off and running. So location-based self-defense is something, again, you probably need to define by almost a playlist. I go from maybe here to the grocery store and back. That's one playlist. I might go from here into the VA center and maybe over to a restaurant and then over to the feed store and then back here. That's playlist number 2. And so at each location, you need to understand what you might be able to use. That's what we call a weapon of opportunity, like the salt and pepper shaker thing. In a feed store, you've got lots of utensils to use in there. Rakes, shovels, I think axes in some cases, machetes even. We talked about restaurants, and in bars, clearly you have some options in bars. All of this, you hear see the bar scenes of broken bottles and whatnot, but they also have pepper shakers and salt in there as well, in many cases. So anyway, you can look for weapons of opportunity that work very much like the defenders. Now, you can carry your defenders in a bar. They're plastic, even if they go right through metal detector. Nothing, no big deal. And we do have some, the Traveler and for example, that go anywhere you want. I think anyway. We have our guppies go anywhere they want as well. Do I have a guppy here? No, I don't. But nonetheless, this is the type of thing you need to stop. Put on a piece of paper. Think about it. Go to those locations. Scope it out. Now, one thing to think about as well, say if you drive into town, you park, and it's not the best place in town, you better have your defender either ready or hanging on to it, as you walk, pretty low profile. Many times I'll even sit someplace and fold my arms. What you can't see is I've got a defender down there, ready to rock and roll just by covering it up a little bit. Pretty easy. So those are the kinds of things you need to think about when it comes down to your self-defense plan and location-based self-defense. I'm Master Peter C. Brusso, and I'll see you in the real world on the mat or the lake.